Couple of years down the road, um, you have gotten you've gotten really into poker.
Oh, I love this for me. My dad would be proud for once.
Fuck yeah. And that's what you thought, like the first night that you started to get super into it. Um, so what happened was you and like you're doing a show out at this place called the Grasshopper Grill, which is a like a diner or whatever, but they do stand-up comedy there. And the show is dog shit. The show it's ran by this comic who is like just like he means well, but he's just really bad at hosting, and it never starts on time. It takes forever to get paid. It's like all this thing, all this stuff. But
Typical comedy show.
typical comedy show in Austin, Texas, right now. However, what happens? With this one is you get paid. They give you like 20 bucks basically to perform there, but you also get a free meal.
Ooh, what's their signature dish
Their signature dish, um,
at the Grasshopper Inn
the Grasshopper Grill.
Grill?
Yeah. It's called, so the thing that they're most known for is this like weird, not weird, but kind of unusual like nacho dish. Okay. And the reason it's basically, it's not like the piled high nacho. It's like only like a little piled. It's piled, but not piled high.
Is it wider because it's not as vertical?
It's actually the widest set of nachos that you've ever seen in your fucking life.
Texas size, let's go.
Texas size for Texans. That's
Hmm.
what they have on their sign. So it says Grasshopper Grill. Then in quotes it says Texas size dot 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 for
For
Texans.
Texans. Yeah,
But the four is like the number four because they ran out of they ran out of like letters or whatever.
yeah.
So it's Texas size, the number four Texans.
There's a bouncer that checks IDs. California out.
So the Grasshopper Grill fucking rules. And so the nacho dish, it's called Pinche Saltamontes. And it's called that because they have so saltamontes in like Spanish is like grasshopper. It's like a slang term for grasshoppers. And so they have like in the middle of it a like it's an avocado, but it's sculpted into the shape of a grasshopper.
Wow. I didn't know this
And
was a
part,
three-star restaurant.
I mean, it may as well be, for as good as the stuff is. The service is not very good. It's a mom and pop kind of place, but you kind of expect it. Like you almost like it how bad the service is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
all the hearts in the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
the
I get a free meal.
yeah, you get a free meal and the grass and you will pun intended jump at the chance to eat at the
Hop,
Grasshopper Grill.
if you will.
It fucking rules, dude. Like it's just a solid like East Coast style type of diner, you know?
Hell yeah.
You want pancakes? They got fucking pancakes. You want a goddamn cheeseburger? Fuck you. Here it is. Like that's the thing. It's like especially the cooks. The cooks are these like shorter cooks who are like they're just like these surly, mean guys, but they all have like hearts of gold secretly.
And you want their approval.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
worked in a restaurant before? Like worked in a kitchen or anything?
No, never in a kitchen. I used to serve a little bit, but
So you might know dudes like that. Like the dudes like the cooks who are just dicks, but there's like so much good in them, Hearts of gold.
yeah.
Like one time um
Like
the
if someone hit me, they'd stand up for me.
if so the main cook is this guy. They call him Smiling Steve because he never
Never smiles
ever smiles.
once.
People call him Smiling Steve. And Smiling Steve is like this big, like, kind of fat dude. Um, He's always smoking a cig. He's got a cigarette in his mouth when he's cooking. You know what I mean? He's been doing it for like 30 years. The ash never comes anywhere near any of the food that he's handling. But like if he was there and looked up and saw someone hit you, he would be over that fucking counter so fast. And like you've seen it happen. Like
Yeah.
one time, yeah, he came like one time there was a, a waitress there. Um, her name was also Stevie, but it was like,
Stevie.
no
Yeah.
relation. So like Stevie, one time her like
Brown and
boy,
Stevie.
yep. One time her and they called her Frown and Stevie because
Who always smiles.
the smile on this woman's that's the thing. The smile on this woman's face literally like you've seen this literally brighten up a room.
Lights up a room.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Like it's not so bright that it could be its own like you couldn't read by it, but you could definitely find your keys. So
Okay.
she was dating this dude who was just no good. He would like he would drive around on a motorcycle without a helmet on, and people would be like, "This guy's no good."
Up to no good.
His name is also Steven. He goes by Steven. He actually gets really kind of shitty if you call him Steve, Stevie, anything like that.
Yeah.
He's like, it's Steven with a PH,
Oh no.
like the author. And so he showed up one time and like they were like in an argument, but they were like kind of like talking like this, like really like so no one could really hear what they were saying. And then finally the guy was just like, whatever, babe. You're just being a dumb bitch. And before he finished the word bitch, Smiling Stevie was over the counter and had his hands around this guy's throat.
And I think for the first time I saw the corner of his lip turn up.
The only time that there's been even a hint of a smile on this man's face
Yeah.
is the time that you saw him like essentially choke a man out, and he was like,
Yeah.
you need to apologize, and he's like, absolutely. Like people were shocked to say the least. But so you're at the you're at the Grasshopper Grill, and you're doing a show, and afterward, and again, the show just is awful. It doesn't go well.
But
It's
I'm
called
great.
yeah. You actually end up having a pretty good set, to be
I
honest
have a
with you,
pretty good
because
set.
you're the first person to acknowledge that the
It's a
show is
shitty
not going.
it's a
Yeah,
shitty room.
it's
Yeah.
a shitty room. I mean, everyone's in booths. Like no one's paying attention. Everyone's eating. You know what I mean? No one
Yeah.
knew there was going to be a show. There's not even a stage. You just
And I
kind
give
of
it them.
and you fucking you call it going troop mode.
And they're a part of this troop
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Yeah.
Like you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, "I'm Kylie fucking Troop, and I'm gonna give these motherfuckers the show of their life."
That's how I start every day.
And then like you heard like a toilet flush. There was somebody in the toilet in the bathroom with you. You didn't know it, and they just heard you say that, and you're like, "Oh!" So you just get the fuck out of there. So the show, like you're the first person to acknowledge, like, "Hey, the show is dog shit. Like it doesn't make sense to have a show here. No one's paying attention." And so like then you can kind of start telling some jokes kind of after that. And so it actually you're kind of you're feeling pretty good. You know,
Mhm.
you're feeling pretty good. And so you get a you order. They have a thing called the chicken middle fingers, where it's they're big on like arranging things and like sculpting food. You know what I mean? So they essentially have a thing where it's chicken tenders, like chicken fingers, but like one of them is like giving you like the middle finger. You know what I mean?
Finger.
And
Is
they
it
put
is
like
it is this like a vertical finger or laying down?
it's laying down on the plate.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
yeah, so you kind of look down at it and you're like, and you think to yourself like,
They
fuck.
got me again.
You look down at that fucking steaming chicken middle finger on your fucking plate, and you say out loud, "Fuck me, fuck you," and you eat it in one fucking bite, and you wish you didn't because it is very hot.
Like spicy or
No, it's just
temperature.
like it was just like fresh out the fryer, you know.
Oh,
So you're kind of like, what the hell? And you take some water and you kind of look over, and at a table across from you are these guys playing poker. And it's like a round table playing poker, and you just kind of start laughing, and they all look up because you know that like that painting dogs playing poker.
Yes.
It looks just like that, except they're humans.
Except they're
And
humans.
yeah, and then they look at you and they're like, what are you laughing at? And you go, dogs playing poker. And like there's like a weird pause after you say it,
Yeah.
and then they all just crack up.
Yeah.
And
Because
they
I'm
like
killing. I've told you I was crushing tonight.
absolutely, even when you're not off stage, even when you're not on stage, you know what I mean? So you
That's
walk
where some of
over.
my best work occurs, Pat.
Yeah. Oh, believe me. So you fucking sit down and they end up, you playing poker. You know what I mean? Have you played poker before? You know
I've
the rules
played
and
poker
stuff?
before. Yeah, I
Yeah.
generally know the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you sit down and it's a group of guys who get together. They're all, guys who they all, grew up together. They're like childhood friends. And their thing is they're a little bit older. They finally reached a point where their kids are teenagers, but they can drive. They're self-sufficient in the sense they can watch after themselves and stuff. So they're a little bit older and they're like, we finally have actual some time to get together, you know? And so they call themselves they call themselves the Poker Pals.
Oh. And
And
I hear that and I'm like, oh, that's really clever.
well, the thing is like they're all like, yeah, with the Poker Pals. And like you have to like hide a laugh at first, but then like you look around and like you're like, man, these guys are like they're older guys and they're still friends. Like, wow, this is kind of a cool thing,
I've
you
had that
know?
moment before. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, this is kind of cool. And so after that, the term poker pals it takes on like a whole new meaning with you. And so you no longer find it funny. And in fact, you sometimes will stay up really late thinking about that moment and just how fucking ashamed you are.
For judging them.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
you end up playing a lot of poker, and not
That
just with the
night.
poker pals. Yeah, that night, but
Oh,
also like you end up, hanging, becoming, a poker pal yourself. So you play with them. A few of them will sometimes have like their own side games and stuff like that because they all live in the same general area. So it's easier for them to do stuff like that. You end up one night, you're like hanging out. You're ready to, you call it poking the bear.
okay.
You're ready to poke that fucking bear. And
Yeah.
so everyone you call, like no one's able to like hang out or play poker or anything. So you're like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go to this new place in town. It is it's a poker place. Okay. It's like a poker room basically,
Okay.
where people get together and
Play poker, I'm assuming.
to play poker. Yes. To play poker and kvetch, And so,
I don't. Go on.
it's a, it's a place where like it's like a cigar bar almost, but for weed. So everyone there is smoking weed. It's a place called Aces High, and
Whoa. Whoa.
you go to Aces High, and you're like, I'm gonna check this out, and you're like, I'm not gonna like
Wait, I'm gonna get
bet a
into
lot.
character.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're like, I'm not gonna bet too much money because I'm gonna get kind of high while doing this, but like this just seems too odd of an idea to not like check out, you know. So you go there, and you're having a ball. Things are going well. You're keeping your head. You're smoking weed for sure, illegal
Do I wear
drugs, but
sunglasses when I play?
yeah,
Okay.
you wear you wear a pair of jet black sunglasses that are so fucking dark that when other people like look at it for not all of them, but for a good deal of them, for just a second, they can they actually can feel how small humans are in the grand scheme of physical space.
I was wondering if they could like feel what it feels like to lose a parent.
Well, I mean that is part of the human experience.
Isn't it pretty dark?
It's kind of
I I mean, you said they were really dark, so that's all
Yeah,
I was.
super, super dark. And
Okay.
so like, and when you put them on, you like it kind of like changes your personality a little bit. Like you start saying like darker things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you drink your coffee black. You know, like you just start like acclimating to the darkness. And you're playing there, and you've played there for like like a few hours or whatever. And at one point, you get you're thinking about leaving. You're thinking about going home, and you get dealt a card. You're playing Texas Hold'em, so you got like the two cards or whatever. The first one is the Ace of Spades, and the second one is a Joker card. And you're like, the fuck? Like you're not supposed to
Right.
have one here. And then it's kind of fucked up because like the Joker on the card, like there's like a Joker. He like looks up at you, and he has like
Is
his
he a
like
god?
mouth. His
The
mouth has
trickster
like
god?
his mouth has like
I've
a
been
cut
looking
in
for
it.
him. Okay, sorry.
But you think that for a second, you're like, what is this like the trickster god of poker or something?
Yeah.
And you look down, and he looks up at you, and he talks, and he has like a he's like he goes, "Hello, Kylie. You want to know how I got these scars?" What do you say?
I want to know. Yeah.
So before he can like tell you the story, you suddenly hear like the other card, the Ace of Spades. You can hear a voice coming from the card, and you hear him be like, "Don't trust him, Kylie, Kylie, Kylie."
Oh, fuck.
And so the Joker goes, "Oh, don't worry about that guy." He sounds just like the Heath Ledger Joker. It's actually like a perfect impression. And
I
so,
thought that I already knew that. You didn't have to tell me.
see, Aaron always tells me that my voices are bad, but finally, some respect. So he's like, "Hey, Kylie, if you listen to what I say, I'll make sure you win every tournament."
Oh, it's the literal devil. Well, who's the ace in this game?
The ace goes, "Don't listen, listen, listen." His voice like echoes and shit.
Should I trust an ace of spades?
I don't know. You hear the Joker goes, what is a spade anyway? I don't even know. You know what a Joker is, though."
Well, spade's like a shovel. So maybe it's trying to dig me out of this.
Someone like kind of like walks. Then finally they realize like
Can
everyone's
I
like
can
looking.
I can I
Yeah.
fold?
So I mean, would you? You can if you want.
Oh man, really? Oh, I kind of want to see where it goes. I feel like the comic in me would be like, we should see where this goes. So yeah, okay, Joker, how
So
how can you make sure I win everything forever?
like he looks at you and like he like winks at you, and for just a second you feel like just like a little bit of like almost like a static electricity shock on like the very tip of like your hair for just a second. And
Ugh,
you're like, ah.
yeah.
And then he's just like, "Stick with me, Kylie." And then like someone goes, "Do you have a Joker card?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, sorry." And so they're like, "Oh fuck, we have to. How did that get in there?" And so they redo the whole thing.
Wait,
And
how am
they
I bleeding that badly that someone could tell I had a Joker card? I mean,
because
and it's talking. Does anyone else hear it?
if they do, they're not reacting to it. So I mean,
With
I would
poker
probably think no.
faces. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
The reason that someone knew it was a Joker card is that you were like kind of like tilt like there's these commentators who like commentate on the game to like a closed circuit, like people can listen if they want. And it's that thing where they can show you like underneath the cards what they've got, and they're like, "The hell? She got a Joker card."
My dad watches that all the time. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so they're like, "Oh, that's weird." So like they redeal everything. And you get your new hand is like a two of diamonds and like an eight of clubs. And you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you hear a voice be like, stay in the game, Kylie.
Guess I'm staying in this one, boys.
So you push in like 50 extra bucks. And by the time this hand is over, like everyone has folded except you. And you sweep in that fucking pot, and it is the best feeling you've ever had in your fucking life. So for the rest of the night, you are listening to the Joker voice in your head. When it tells
Uh-huh.
you to fold, you fold. When it tells you to go all in, you fucking go all in. And every time you listen to the voice, things work out. Even if it's like, well, I folded, I didn't win, but at least like every time it played like that happens, the hand that plays out would have like destroyed yours, like the winning hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like throughout the night, you were just like fucking kicking ass with this. And you know, you go home and you're like, man, what what a night. You go to sleep. And you kind of it's almost like you come to. You're in like an all white space all of a sudden. A room without walls.
I'm there now.
I get that a lot from people, yeah. So, and you're like, what the fuck? It's like in the Matrix where like they go into the Matrix and they go to that room where they have all the guns and stuff, and at first it's just all white
Yes.
space, and you're like,
Yeah,
what the fuck
yeah.
is
Just
going on here?
infinite.
And it's like really, really quiet, but all of a sudden you start hearing like a drip, drip, drip noise, and you're like, what the hell? And you turn around, and standing there is a man. He is
Naked?
no, he's fully dressed. He's dressed like a clown, and he is 9 feet tall,
Whoa.
and he's holding a balloon, and the balloon has like your face on it, and you realize that the dripping noise that you've been hearing is like you look up at the balloon with your face on it, and it's like crying. It's like crying tears of blood. And so the blood that drips from the balloon of your face is making this kind of noise. And you're like, what the hell? And the figure standing in front of you goes, hello, Kylie. My name is Dreamy Dan, ruler of the dreamscape. And welcome to What a Crazy Game of Poker. The balloon with your face on it explodes. You wake up. You're like, that was fucking weird. And you proceed to go on a fucking tear all around town. You are like, you hear the Joker voice. At this point, all you're doing is like playing cards. You know what I mean? Like you've stopped, not stopped doing stand up. You haven't done it for a minute. Like you haven't like talked to like people. You're just fully in on playing poker.
Yeah.
And you listen to the Joker voice, and things are going very, very well for you. You are earning like more money than you've ever earned in your fucking life.
Hmm.
And you just think to yourself, like, wow, what a crazy life. You drive home, you walk into your house, you close the door, you turn on the light, and standing there are four figures. There's there's like this really regal looking woman, old, kind of large, got like a crown. And she's like covered in like hearts, you know.
Mm.
There's a guy, there's like another older guy, probably looks about the same age as the queen, also kind of large, even more gaudy fucking crown. You know what I mean? And there are diamonds
Hmm.
everywhere. There's this dude. He kind of looks like he's like a like a rogue. You know what I mean? He looks like a guy that you're like, oh, I can't, can't trust this guy.
Mm.
He's got like a thin kind of mustache thing, and he's holding like a black shovel.
Spade.
And then
I see where this is going, Kat.
the
I see them, but no, finish describing
and
them.
then there's this the last one is this like just it's like the outline of a man. It's like this weird kind of see-through outline, and in the middle of it is this like floating thing in the shape of like a club. And the King of Diamonds steps forward. He's holding like a scepter, and he's like, Kylie, we told you not to trust him. And then he bashes your head in with it. Uh,
Oh,
all of the face cards walk up, and they all have like different weapons. You know what I mean?
they're
There's the
all
the
beating
scepter.
me to death.
Yeah, there's the scepter that he has. The queen has this like also has so her crown, she takes it off and it's like really sharp on the other one. So she's like stabbing you, you know what I mean, in your
Yeah.
face. And then
Okay.
the jack of spades, he's got like his shovel that he is just like fucking putting to work. And the floating fucking what was it called? Not the spade, the fucking club, the floating
Club.
club with like the outline of like a man. He kind of just like points at you, and your head explodes, and you
Whoa.
you fucking
I'm dead.
die.
And I'm fucking dead.
Yeah,
That's
your
sick.
body isn't found for like 2 months, but no one notices.
People would know, Pat.
Yeah, but like you
People
kind of stop doing comedy, so people kind of stop,
caring
talking to you
about
and
me.
yeah, and so
That's real.
your your
Damn,
body wasn't
I
found.
did it for the bit, and even though it didn't get to stage from my lips, someone's talking about it. You're talking about it, so it
We're
lives
talking about it
on.
right now. We're talking about
Exactly.
how you were killed by the face cards.
And what a way to go.
But yeah, you're fucking dead.
If that's a if I had folded, what would have happened?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just telling you what happens.
That's fair.